To all the skeptics in the comments, I promise this is my actual biological voice you're hearing, not an AI, it's 100% organic. I haven't had a firmware update in years. UK Minecraft players, you're not gonna believe this. Microsoft just turned your cozy block game into a digital border checkpoint. Every adult player now needs to prove their age just to type in chat. Yes, this affects millions of players, from teens to grown adults, who just wanted to build something simple and ended up stuck in a bureaucracy simulator. This isn't exaggeration. This is the new landscape. Millions of players, bored teenagers building treehouses on a Tuesday, adults decompressing with a mining session after work, now get treated like they're applying for security clearance just to say hi in a block game. The official explanation calls this a safety improvement. Sure, that's what they always say, right before they ask for your digital fingerprints and your mother's maiden name. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here, imagining some kid just trying to ask who stole my diamonds, and Mojang replying, please upload your birth certificate, citizen. Here's the real kicker. This isn't just a policy, it's a statement. A giant glowing, we got pushed by the government billboard. The UK demanded age assurance, so Mojang whipped up an entire virtual Great Wall to satisfy the lawmakers. Compliance cosplay, and you're the lucky participant. So, what does that mean for the average player? Chaos, annoyance, rage quits. Kids won't care because they're already used to parents hovering. Adults are about to get locked out of their own chat rooms because they couldn't find their passport in time. Imagine proving you're over 18 to talk to someone building a llama shrine. That's not gaming. That's paperwork roleplay. If you're in the UK, start asking yourself if Minecraft chat is worth government tier documents. If you're outside the UK, don't relax. Just watch. Because if this Great Wall of Britain gets a good reception from lawmakers, your country's next in line. Microsoft just invented Minecraft hard mode for your social life. Fail the age check and boom, no chats, no invites, no friends. Let's talk about the level of petty Microsoft just brought to the table. If you don't verify, they're not just closing the chat window. No, they're ripping out every social feature like you insulted their ancestors. Minecraft solitary confinement. The official reasoning, user safety. Sure, totally, because nothing protects a player like deleting their social life and leaving them wandering like a lost NPC. Forget gameplay. This is social punishment wearing a safety badge. And here's the consequence that hits you right in the face. If you don't verify, you get the Silent Monk edition. You can mine, you can craft, you can stare at an empty friends list. That's it. Digital grounding. Why? UK laws about verifying ages online. Microsoft loyal corporate soldier saluted and shipped an obedience patch across the platform. They could have found balance. They didn't. They installed a metaphorical electric fence around every chat bubble until you cooperate. So expect your game to feel less like a sandbox and more like an exam you forgot to study for. Players who don't want to cough up ID will stay muted forever. Players who do verify get access to basic features like their luxury goods. It's so surreal you almost have to laugh. If you're on the fence, here's the neutral move. Wait. Let them iron out the nonsense. Give feedback. Or go full introvert mode until the outrage tsunami forces someone higher up to blink. Microsoft and Mojang swear they won't store your ID. And if you believe that, I've got a wooden sword to sell you. Let's break down the comedy in the PR statement. Mojang and Xbox say, with very straight corporate faces, they have no interest in your personal data. They claim the system won't store your ID. They claim your documents won't leak. They claim everything is safe and sealed like a vault. That's adorable, truly. That's toddler-level optimism. That's this gym membership cancellation will be easy optimism. Because here's the real-world consequence. The moment you upload anything important, you're on the internet roulette wheel. Best case, it works. Worst case, you wake up, and someone on another continent is taking out store credit in your name, and nobody, not Mojang, not Xbox, not the UK government, is giving you a personal apology. You'll get a bland statement and a link to steps you can take. And the reason this matters is simple. Corporate trust is already in the gutter. Too many breaches, too many broken promises, too many, oops, your data leaked, but here's a 10% coupon moments. Now they want you to believe this system is magically flawless. For the average player, the downside is risk. Small or large, it's still risk. The upside, you get to chat, that's it. You're handing over identity proof for the same perks you had last month for free. So, what should you do? Breathe, ask questions, push for transparency, and don't rush into verification just because they slapped "Trust Us" on a pop-up window. Think you're safe because you live outside the UK. Think again. Your country is eyeing this Minecraft age check like a shiny new toy. Here comes the part nobody wants to hear. This isn't a one-country problem. This is a test run, a trial version. A political science experiment disguised as a patch note. Every government with a tech committee is watching this like it's a live demo. The official statements sound soothing. Just a UK thing. Target, local compliance. They repeat it like a broken villager. But behind the scenes, lawmakers worldwide are squinting at this system and asking if they should install it at home. Because the consequence is simple. If it works, it spreads, like every restrictive digital policy that starts small and then goes global. Today the UK, tomorrow Europe, then Australia, then Canada, then the US, then anywhere that thinks age assurance sounds like easy political points. Why does it spread? Control, compliance, convenience. Safety laws are the perfect excuse to roll out more surveillance infrastructure while smiling for the cameras. For you, the everyday gamer, the impact is bleak. If this goes global, kiss casual access goodbye. Verification for chat, verification for realms, verification for multiplayer. Becoming a digital citizen with a passport just to say GG my suggestion. Don't panic. Don't shrug either. Pay attention, share feedback, and don't assume distance means immunity. Minecraft is lining up to be the test case of the decade. The government just fired parents and hired AI to raise kids on Minecraft. Congrats. Peak absurdity. Let's talk about the message hiding under the safety upgrade sticker. Parents apparently can't be trusted to monitor their own kids anymore. The new system basically says, step aside, mom and dad, we've got algorithms for this. And Microsoft is happy to play along. Big official smile. Warm corporate tone. Meanwhile, parents are blinking, wondering when they got replaced by software. Here's the consequence. Instead of guardians making choices, the age check algorithm decides what your kid can do online. The machine becomes the bouncer of the digital playground. Why does this exist? Governments demanded stricter online rules. Instead of empowering families, they built a giant automated wall between kids and content. It's handing responsibility to a robot and saying good luck raising them. For normal users, the downside is obvious. Kids lose autonomy. Parents lose control. Adults get caught in the crossfire. A game that used to let families play together now wants ID checks like it's a nightclub. Pros, sure, in theory it's safer. Cons, AI deciding who can whisper, nice build in chat. That's the timeline we're in. Neutral move. Parents, keep your account details organized. Stay alert. Don't let the system parent your kid for you. And give feedback, cause this thing is going to need adjustments. Minecraft now has a VIP section for adults. No velvet ropes, just privacy invasions and paperwork that kills the vibe. Here's the comedy gold. To prove you're an adult, you now need to give Mojang proof you're an adult. And if you don't, isolation mode. No chat, no friends, no invites. Silent sandbox, digital purgatory. The official message says it's all necessary. Compliance. And adults everywhere are shaking their heads. Imagine being 30, logging in after work and getting hit with, sorry, you can't talk until you show ID. That's not a feature, that's a midlife crisis trigger. Real world consequence. Adults get punished for not jumping through hoops. Refuse, and you're stuck in mute mode like you got grounded by a corporation. Why? The system has to separate minors from adults to satisfy lawmakers. Instead of doing it elegantly, Microsoft dumped everyone into a maze and said, verify yourself if you want basic features. For the average adult player, it's just a pain. Some don't want to use government IDs online. Some don't have documents handy. Some don't want to feed data into machines. So, the whole thing becomes an inconvenient spiral. The only upside is verified adults get full access. But when the reward is the stuff you had before, it's hard to celebrate. Neutral closing thought. If you're an adult gamer, prep your docs. Or wait and watch how many angry adults force Microsoft to rethink this mess. Minecraft now wants your ID, your credit card, or your face scan. Because nothing says fun game night like biometric anxiety. This is the circus act. Verification options, government ID, credit card check, AI scanning your face like you're entering a futuristic dystopia. Pick your nightmare. The official explanation says these methods are industry standard and secure. And anytime a company says secure, your soul should leave your body for a second. Especially when face scanning gets involved. That's a robot judging whether you're old enough to type in chat. In Minecraft, let that sink in. Real world consequence. Players get forced to trade privacy for convenience. Some upload ID. Some use a credit card. And the brave few let an algorithm analyze their face. It's bizarre. It's uncomfortable. And it's all happening so you can tell someone to stop griefing your base. Why? Because it's the easiest path for Microsoft to comply with government pressure. They didn't build nuance, they picked speed and intrusive tools. For you, the downside is huge. Stress, discomfort, risk. The upside is chat access. Again, nothing new, nothing exciting, nothing worth the cost. Neutral advice. Don't rush into face scanning. Wait for more info. Watch how it plays out. Push for alternatives that don't turn your gameplay into a biometric checkpoint. Microsoft says third-party verification tools are safe. Meanwhile, your data is packing its bags for a dark web vacation. This is the part that should raise your blood pressure. These verification systems often rely on third-party providers, meaning your data gets handed to companies you've never heard of, running systems you don't control, making promises you can't verify. Official messaging tries to soften it. Trusted providers. And they expect you to swallow that without choking. But history says trusted provider often means future breach headline. The weak link is usually the outsourced vendor, Real-world consequence. Your info bounces between companies. Each handoff is another vulnerability. And if something goes wrong, good luck finding responsibility. They'll toss blame around like a hot potato. Why use third parties? Cheaper, faster, cleaner optics. Microsoft gets to say they're not storing your data directly. Sounds comforting until you realize it's stored somewhere else instead. Impact on you. Possible exposure. Zero control. Maximum paranoia every time you see another breach story trending. Neutral suggestion. If you must verify, pick the least invasive method, and demand real transparency about which third-party companies are involved. Microsoft isn't stopping at the UK. This age check circus is going global, whether you like it or not. This feels inevitable. Microsoft already hinted expansion beyond the UK. Global strategy. Corporate language for we're rolling this everywhere as soon as we can. They frame it as harmonizing safety standards. Translation, the UK cracked the whip, and Microsoft wants the whole planet on one leash, so they don't have to juggle region by region rules. Corporate convenience, dressed up as protection. Real-world consequence. Everyone gets the same wall. Kids, adults, everyone. Chat restrictions, ID uploads, face scans. This hits Xbox, PC, Switch, everywhere Minecraft exists. Players who thought this was local will get blindsided. Why does it matter? Once it's worldwide, there's no easy escape. No region dodge, no simple workaround. It becomes universal policy baked into the ecosystem. Impact. Annoyance at minimum. Privacy risk at maximum. And a dangerous precedent for other companies watching this and thinking, hey, we could do that too. Neutral advice. Stay informed. Keep pressure on Microsoft. Don't let them pretend global rollout is what players ask for. Gamers are being told to do the unthinkable. Actually call their government reps to save Minecraft chat. This is where it goes full absurdist comedy. The speaker is basically begging players to step away from the game, put down the pickaxe, and touch the terrifying realm known as politics. And honestly, they're not wrong. The official statements make everything sound controlled and reasonable. But reality is simple. Lawmakers pushed this. Not Mojang, not Microsoft. Governments wanted age verification. Corporations obeyed. If you don't like the direction, comments alone won't change it. That's why the call to action exists. If players stay quiet, this becomes normal. More walls, more checks, more surveillance. And soon every online space becomes another ID checkpoint. Impact on normal users. Exhaustion. Most gamers don't want politics, they want to relax. But sometimes keeping relaxation simple means pushing back against the nonsense trying to complicate it. Don't panic. Don't rage. Don't shrug. Send feedback. Contact lawmakers politely. Support digital privacy groups. Or at least stay informed instead of assuming someone else will handle it.